Debugging and testing tips. How to debug mobile apps. In this video, we're going to define debugging, list tools and features to help debug Flutter applications such as devtools and the Flutter inspector. Debugging is the routine process of locating and removing computer program bugs, errors, or abnormal functions. After debugging an app, the program should work as intended. DevTools can run in a browser and supports a variety of features. With DevTools, you can inspect the UI layout and state of a Flutter app, diagnose UI jank performance issues in a Flutter app, source level debugging of a Flutter or Dart command line app, debug memory issues in a Flutter or Dart command line app, and view general log and diagnostics information about a running Flutter or Dart command line app. The Flutter Widget Inspector is used visualizing and exploring Flutter widget trees, which in turn helps you to understand existing layouts and diagnose layout issues. The first thing that we need to do is install DevTools. This can only be done if the Dart and Flutter plugins are installed. If you are unsure, you can run Flutter Doctor from any terminal. You'll notice that there are two issues with my Flutter installation. Flutter and Dart plugins are not installed for Android Studio. This is okay because they are already installed for VS Code, and that is my editor of choice. To debug the app, you have to run it on the simulator. This can be done by hitting F5. Once this is done, the Open DevTools command becomes available from the command palette. The command palette is available from the View menu. The DevTools will have to be activated if this has not been done. DevTools will launch in your browser and it will be connected to your debug session. I have created a very simple app. They're two container widgets and they're children of a column. Both have a height of 406.0 and a width of 400.0. One is blue and the next one is yellow. Click DevTools in the status bar to launch it in the browser. If you click on one of the containers in that column, you'll be able to see all of the properties of that container. You'll also see which properties have null values. It presents a lot of information about the widget being examined. If you enable Select Widget mode and a widget is selected, you will be able to see which widget is selected in the simulator. This can be a very handy feature when dealing with multiple widgets of the same type. I am going to set the height of the first container to 407 because I know this is going to break the app. In the debug console, we are provided with information on what caused the error. In cases like these, you can Google the problem or you can search Stack Overflow, which is a really great resource for developers. I Googled Flutter RenderFlex Overflow and the first result was from Stack Overflow. When posting issues on Stack Overflow, it's best to be as descriptive as possible. You can upload error logs and probably a section of your code if you can't find a solution. But most of the time, the question that you're asking has already been asked. So if you're really serious about being a better developer, you need to pay attention to the debug console and utilize the Flutter inspector.